It's the coalition of light-skinned brothers with red hats.
You gotta be smart when you shop. Are you looking for authentic? If you aren't, then stop. Cause you probably will regret it. We say no synthetic, no synthetic. If they ready, we'll let you know if you should go and get them. We got fat, we got true, never slack on the brew. For OGs and the youth, you can kick it with us too. Technology.
Hey, why you stop, Tim? Hey, why you stop, Tim? Hey, Tim was going at it, boy. You should stop that, man.
Man, what an intro.
Hey,
What's up, boy?
Hey, what's going on, Smooth? What's up, man? Hey, Tim, I needed everything to work right. I couldn't do anything so my intro could play, man. It wasn't working right for me. I don't know what was happening. What's up, Rick? What's going on, man? We got a lot to talk about. It's been, 2 weeks since I've been with you, fellas?
Yeah, man. What's up, everybody? Rick, what's going on with your boy?
Hey, I mean, I was actually able to chop it up with Tim. Chuck didn't want to come to Tampa and eat them lemon pepper wings with us.
Listen,
he didn't want to come.
Ordered all the wings, y'all. Jeremy got all the lemon pepper.
Hey.
And Chuck, and he had this big old Philly cheesesteak like this.
Hey, boy. Hey, listen. Tim, hey, Chuck, I had wings and Philly cheesesteak. Boy, listen.
Man. Bro, I know what you did right afterwards.
Man, I had that itis, man. Hey, yeah, man, we back at it, man. Like I said, we got a lot to talk about, so let's get these comments ready. Let's get this stuff going. Chuck, what's been popping in Houston, man?
Man, a whole bunch of celebrations for those that get my drift.
Okay.
Thank you, Tim Jones.
We in there, Chuck. We in there.
Yeah.
All right. That's what's up. Hey, all right, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, let's see what the future holds for us. You feel me? So yeah, man. A lot has been happening. We're gonna touch on some NFL, some NBA. We're gonna touch on. I feel you, bro. Sunday night was bad.
It was,
yeah.
Rick. We'll talk about it, Rick. We'll talk about it.
We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about some college football and the coronavirus and how it's still impacting this the college, the NCAA and stuff like that. What's that ring light, brother? My brother? That was a big old Mentos. Waiting for guys all week, but election results was worth it. Facts, Smooth.
Hey, Smooth. Tell people about the celebration you went to in Brooklyn, man. Smooth was giving me real-time updates, man. New York. Brooklyn had it going on.
There's up there pop locking, man. All right, so let's go ahead and get started, man. Let's start with what I've been wanting to talk about, and that's gonna be what happened to Tom Brady and the Bucs, man. Man, what happened, bro? Tim, what happened, man?
Listen.
Hey, hold on. What's up, Martise? We got a competent president again and ready for these Bucs.
Martise, we're talking about.
Hey, but hey, Martise, he likes the first part of that, but these Bucs excuses, he don't like that part of that.
No. I ain't got no excuses. Listen to me, fellas. Listen to me, everybody. Okay, y'all know me. I'm a realist when it comes to this stuff. Yeah, that might be my team, but I'm gonna tell you like it is. We sucked. Okay, the Bucs sucked. I mean, all the way around. We didn't get one first down until the third quarter. That's wild. I mean, we were shut down, locked up. They threw the key away. And I know y'all seen y'all know how I ride for Jameis. I can't ride for him right now because he was looking a fool. But the boy was eating
Tim, that man was hyped like when I seen you for the first time since COVID, boy. He was up in that hype, boy. Hey, what's up, King? What's going on, my dude? Hey, I appreciate you pulling up, man. We're talking about the Bucs and the Saints right now, bro. Just to put you up to speed. So anyway, Tim, what happened, man?
So listen, Byron Leftwich as our offensive coordinator was absolutely awful. I don't even think he went into the game with a game plan. We are a run first team so that we can set up the play action pass so that Brady can be efficient with all those weapons out there. We didn't run the ball. We ran the ball a total of 5 times that entire game. 5 the entire game. So that lets you know that the plan wasn't there. The defense that is normally on point. Todd Bowles didn't have us on point that night. I mean, Breeze was passing to every eligible wide receiver that they had on the roster, and a lot of them was catching touchdowns. People you ain't never heard of. So we sucked. All of it does fall back on Arians. You know, he's been doing this thing lately. When we do lose, he likes to kind of call out Brady. And, you know, I don't know how much I really like that idea, but not because I'm favoring one or the other. It's just, you know, there's got to be accountability by all, including the head coach. So we were terrible. We don't look anything like a Super Bowl contender in that game. Now, I will say this. I do plan and believe that they're going to rebound in a major, major way, you know, for the next several games. That was a good kick in the butt, and they got to own it.
Chuck.
Yes, sir.
What you think? What happened, Chuck? Man, tell this man what really happened, man, about Goat Brady. Hey, Tim, look at Chuck's face.
I don't know anything about no Goat Brady, but I will say this, and this will be a surprise. I don't really blame Brady as much as, like you said, Tim. I blame Bruce Arians for not understanding the type of team that he has now. I tell you, in my mind, I think what happened going into the week, I think Bruce Arians sat down with Tom, and Bruce Arians was talking him up like, "Hey man, we got three solid weapons at wide receiver and Gronk. Let's show him what you can do and just throw it deep." And that was awful game planning. It's like, that's not Tom Brady's game. His game is, yes, I joke around thinking and dunking, but he's effective at doing that. I mean, he's effective at getting the ball out quick. You got him, like I said, stepping back 5-step, 7-step plays all the time. He's not mobile. He is. If you make him shuffle his feet, he's not as accurate when he throws the ball. And they were just waiting for him to wait for him to deliver the ball. They were either sacking him or frustrating him pretty much the whole game. So, like you said, Tim, I blame it on the game plan. I think it was an asterisk kind of for that particular game. And I said it before, I really want to see what they do against a really good, solid team. And unfortunately, you're not really not going to see that this season because it's no fault on their own, but the schedule helps them out a lot to where they're going to make the playoffs for sure. So, like I said, we'll see what happens playoff time. I think that's going to be the real test.
Hey, that's what's up, Rick. Yeah, man, Delaware was a crazy spot, man. During that, man.
Rick, you should have went live and let us know.
Marty said, "Hey, you're like J.R. Smith and had your shirt off with goggles." Marty said, "Your quarterback is second worst in the league under pressure statistically. They know the game plan to take him out, rush him." Yeah, so I didn't watch the game. All I know is I'm in a chat with these two guys, and I happened to go on IG, and I seen it was like 30-something to 0 or something. It was bad, and I was like, "It's gotta be a glitch." So I shot that text like, "Hey, is Tom Brady playing?" I was like, "Yo, is Tom Brady playing?" And Tim was like, "Yeah, he playing." I'm like, "Dang, boo!" Like, I don't know what happened, but man, that was tough, man. But hey, it's all about how you bounce back. It's all about how you bounce back, and the Jets.
I think
Bruce. It's the second time the Saints them beat them though.
Okay, the first game it was the first game of the season. I mean, you know, no preseason. People didn't have time to practice. I mean, Brady was over here holding private practices at Berkeley Prep. Like, come on, man. Like,
but then
it counts. Yeah, there's 2 W's, but let's put it in context.
So they lose game one because of that, and then they get spanked game two. Is it safe to say the Saints got their number?
No, we definitely got spanked in game two. Definitely, absolutely. I wouldn't say that. I mean, I think game one, if you redo that game and put it like around game 4 or 5 of the season, I think you might have a different outcome. But with Michael Thomas back, with all their weapons, Emmanuel Sanders was back for the Saints, and with Jameis coming in to take the knee at the end, I mean, that just put the icing on the cake. You know what I mean? That boy was feeling himself.
Hey man, let's talk about your boy, Mr. Jameis Winston. Man, that man. Hey, I don't know if everybody in the chat. I don't know if y'all seen the video. If y'all haven't, DM me, Tim or Chuck on IG. We will send you guys the link. This man, hey, they were celebrating. Even the coach, they was in there celebrating like they won the Super Bowl, fam. Like
they really were. They really were.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
Jameis partying like he won the Super Bowl, and he and acting like he was the main one that won it for them.
For real. They done went out and got some lemon pepper wings and got COVID. They all about to be on watch just from beating the Bucs. Crazy,
especially because the game was in Tampa. We the strip club capital of the world.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Tootie went to that game, right?
I did. I saw. He got a picture out there. Yeah,
he was mad. He was like, "Man, I didn't go to the game." He was upset, man. But
hope he was mad. Please.
So let's talk about the Big Ben, man. He's on the list. Not actual COVID, right? They just kind of precautionary. So what? 5 games he has to miss.
Yeah, it's what is it? The tracing.
Who do they play within those 5 within that week? Who do they play?
Cincinnati.
Okay,
I think it's Cincinnati.
I think they could beat Cincinnati without Big Ben.
No. I mean, but he'll be back. I mean.
Yeah, as long as he didn't get corona, I think that they should be okay. And I mean, heck, they're 8-0 now. They can afford to lose the game or 2 now.
Yeah. No, that's what's up. Yeah, you're right. Unless they chasing that perfection.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing. Like, you chase it for perfection, then you're gonna mess up at the end.
Right. Just play to win. Don't worry
Big Ben,
about
he tested negative today. Ain't that your kinfolk?
Yeah, that's my cousin Fred. What's up, Fred? And
what up, Fred?
Big Fred, what's up?
Hey, don't be coming with none of that foolery like you did last 2 weeks ago.
Hey, man, shout out to him also. Last week was his birthday, so
hey, happy belated, bro.
Happy birthday, Big Fred.
Looking all young and stuff, got a full beard and everything, my dude. That's what's up, man.
I think his wife got him a Steelers birthday cake too, so he lived it up last week.
Okay. Oh, that's right. He's a Steelers fan. That's right.
Hey, hold on. I got a question for Big Fred. So, Fred, you're a Steelers fan. Who is your number 1 wide receiver? If you out of Juju, Deontay, Claypool, who you want catching the ball? Who do you trust the most?
That's a good question.
Chuck, you go ahead and answer that while we wait on Fred.
Okay. Honestly, man, I think it depends on the situation. Like, if it's like a tough passing game, then I think it's going to be Juju with the short routes, because I think they pretty much have him in the slot receiver, chain mover type role, where you give him those 5 to 10 yard catches or whatnot, and I think that's where his sweet spot is in the passing game. But if it's one where they could just throw darts, I think it's going to be either Deontay or Claypool, depending on the matchup. But that's just my thoughts. Okay. Curious to see what Fred says.
Yeah, I'm interested. Me personally, I like Deontay, for that purpose. considering everybody's equally healthy, I would rank it Deontay, Claypool, Juju.
Hey,
But
Tim, hey, take care for a second. I'll be right back.
okay. But I'll lean on the actual Steeler fan and follower to answer that. But while we wait on Big Fred, what else is next, Chuck? What else we got on the docket? Who else was playing? Oh, we saw our boy Dez Bryant made a return.
Yes, finally. Foreman's been out 3 years, and now he's getting his shot. So I wish him the best. And what do you think? What did you think about their game against the Colts?
1 second. So Big Fred said, "Truth be told, I go with Deontay." Yeah, see, that's what I was thinking. And actually, little known fact, Fred. So Deontay played. He played high school ball here in Tampa.
Ah,
My old high school teammate was actually his coach, and we used to work out with that team when they were in high school. And Deontay, I remember that team that Deontay was on went to the state championship, and I think they had in their regional final and the district final both were like game winners right at the buzzer that his team won. His team was undersized the entire time. They were never the biggest team ever. I think the tallest player on their team was like maybe 6'4", but they ran people out the gym. Literally, when I mean ran, their conditioning was so much that when other teams got the fourth quarter and they was huffing and puffing, them boys they kick it in another gear. But yeah, so that's my little Deontay story. So yeah. Ravens. What's up? I need a bot. Ravens talk. I'm here for it. Okay, let's do it. Yeah, I'm excited that Dez is back. Everything that he's been through, and I think if for no other reason, I think he brings good energy, obviously, and veteran leadership to the locker room. But I really do think he can help that offense. Obviously, we've seen that the Ravens are struggling offensively. They're a completely different team offensively in the production from last year to this year. They were big on the run game last year with Ingram. He really has been kind of absent this whole season. Little dink and dunks here to J.K. Dobbins, who I think he had his best game like 2 games ago, and that was for like a whopping. I think he had 100 yards total, but it wasn't pretty. And Hollywood Brown hasn't been who we thought he would be. Lamar keeps relying on Mark Andrews. But everybody knows that now. They know. Listen, if we stop the run and we cover Andrews, they ain't got nothing this year, and that's the big problem with them. So I think having another avenue in Dez Bryant will hopefully pay off. I know it didn't do much last game, even though they won. I don't even think he got any targets, but hopefully soon. What you think, Chuck?
Yeah, I'm like you. I think they're gunning for Lamar. I think they're letting him know, like, you're not going to get these runs like you used to get, either you or the running backs. We're going to force you to make accurate throws consistently. And he's struggling some this year. I mean, the whole team's struggling this year, but hopefully it's just a learning curve that he's just going to have to go through. They may not be Super Bowl ready this year, but hopefully it'll prepare them for the years to come. Yeah. So I see positive things for Lamar, though.
Good. All right, see some comments in here. Easy TV said, I used to live in Tampa, went to high school at the same time as Bengals Auden Tate, who had a breakout week recently. So another quick a story, Easy TV. Auden Tate's family literally lives one street over from me currently. So I know Auden went to Wharton High School here in Tampa. Then he went to Florida State, and so I see his parents all the time. I've seen him. I think the last time I saw him was probably like last summer, around the neighborhood. So that's pretty interesting. But yeah, he's around. Fred said once he gets his routes down, really good, he'll have a chance to be better than AB. That's saying a lot, Fred. That's saying a whole lot. But he is good.
I'm sorry. I was just gonna say I don't see him getting the same amount of targets, but don't get me wrong, he's gonna benefit him. But that's all I was gonna say.
Yeah. Smooth said, Rick, that's really dope, man. I'm glad you're able to witness that firsthand. Absolutely. Anyone beating the Chiefs in the playoffs? What you say, Chuck?
Listen, anybody, any given Sunday, man, anybody could be beat. I'd say no, just because I think they're doing kind of what they want to do, kind of slow the game down, run the ball a little more instead of having it be Mahomes throwing it 40 plus times a game. I think they kind of realize that you got to kind of balance it out. But I'm trying to think who could potentially challenge them. Maybe the Steelers. Like they have one of the number one defense in the league right now. I'm curious to see how that matchup will be. Before we would think Baltimore, but I think Mahomes has them beat right now. So that's my thoughts. How about you?
So I'm gonna give you two options. I'm gonna go one possible is I agree with you on the Steelers, and I think the other one is possibly the Titans. I think, in order for the Steelers to do it, they have to be consistently productive on offense, right? Meaning like they have to, continuously score. I think they've got to really ramp up James Conner a little bit more. I know he's, I have him on my fantasy team, so there's a couple weeks where he was doing great, and then a couple weeks where it's just kind of like, but at the same time, you got Deontay Claypool kind of taking over out there. You had Juju this last game. So I think the Steelers have a good chance, obviously, just because they have a great defense. The Titans, boom, and look, my man Martise just said it down here. The Titans, I was going to say, the Titans, A.J. Brown has been, to me, better this year and more effective than previous years. So they can stretch you out down the field, and he's doing like big yards after the catch as well. And then obviously they got the tank back there with Derrick Henry. And I think people have kind of seen a little bit of the game plan with Derrick Henry. You got to hit him in the backfield, because if you don't and he get that stride, it is a wrap. It is over. So doing that, and like Martise is saying here, keeping Mahomes off the field, which worked a little bit. I think it was in this last game where whoever they played had like a crazy time of possession for one of their drives that like everybody's like, well, man, we've barely even seen Mahomes on the field because the team's been keeping the ball. If you do something like that and you limit the amount of times that he touches the ball to be able to really ramp up the score, then the Steelers or the Titans have a good chance.
That's a good point, because I saw the Carolina game against the Chiefs, and that's basically what they were doing like in the first half. Second half, I think Kansas City made adjustments and were able to come back and win.
I Need a Boss says I'm happy for Cam getting the W.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah, I'm happy for Cam too. I know I said in the previous show that I felt like he, shouldn't be on that team. And I think I'm kind of taking that back. I think I'm taking that back. And I'll say this about Cam. I believe that he's showing maturity that we haven't seen in him before. And he's showing that even with really no weapons offensively, he's making something happen. So that's saying to other, front offices, hey, if we grab him and we have weapons, he can be really effective, because he's doing better than some or most, with no weapons.
Mm-hmm.
And he's handling it well. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I want his stats to get better because I think now he's got like 2 passing touchdowns to like 7 picks, but yeah, it's like freaking 7 or 8 rushing touchdowns. It just seems like whenever they're at the goal line, I think they're just like, okay, Cam, just run it in, or have one of the running backs run it in, and I don't know. Maybe that'll change later this year when he gets a little more comfortable with the offense and the players around him. But he had a solid game against the Jets. Hope he continues to do better.
I agree. Smooth said, yeah, but they're inconsistent. I think he's talking about the Titans. Don't get me wrong, a good team. I think Steelers have a better chance. Yeah, I think I'd agree with that, Smooth. I mean, I did not by a big margin, but I would think I'd agree with that. Martise says, true only reason I don't trust the Steelers is the later we get in the season, Ben's already getting hurt, and you don't trust their backup QBs.
That's true.
That's a big good point right there. If Big Ben ain't back there, it is no dice for the Steelers.
Mm-hmm. You would have thought they would have had like a solid backup after what happened last year.
Yeah, he's still there. Rick says, watch out for Buffalo. So, look, I pay real close attention to Buffalo because Josh Allen is one of my fantasy quarterbacks. Here's the problem with Buffalo. Somebody just talked about inconsistency. Smooth said it, talking about the Titans. Buffalo is very inconsistent. One day, Josh Allen is throwing for 4 to 5 touchdowns a game. The next week it's 1 and they're struggling. I don't know how to read Buffalo. And as much as I want to praise their defense, sometimes then they turn right into Swiss cheese. Like they should have ate Seahawks alive. They really should have. And especially with the way Josh Allen was on fire. And to let them stay close, says a lot about how inconsistent Buffalo is, and they probably will be down the stretch.
Yeah, and I see with them, honestly, they haven't won a playoff game since the 90s. So they got to get over that hurdle, get a playoff win. And then once you get a playoff win, then we could be in the discussions for potential Super Bowl contenders. But regular season right now they're looking pretty decent. And just like what you said, Tim, like they got to show more consistency offensively and defensively also. Like they were playing solid against Seattle for like the first 2 or 3 quarters, but then they started letting them get back into the game, and it just seems like it's kind of a regular thing. I don't know if they get too comfortable and then they let the lead slip or what, but they got to find like a middle ground later on. But yeah.
Hey, what's up?
So Easy says as a
Pat and Easy TV. What's up, fellas? What's going on? Go ahead, man.
So Easy TV says, as a Pats fan, I'm happy for us to get the dub and Cam to pass well too, but the rest of the season looks tough. Tank for Justin Fields at this point.
Hey, Jeremy, what you? Oh, I'm sorry, Tim.
What's up?
Go ahead.
What's up?
I was just going to ask you, like, what are you hearing on your end from folks in Massachusetts now?
Nothing, because they suck. like nothing, like nothing at all. I mean, they still watch every game, and they still diehard fans, but you don't hear much chit chat about it.
I see conversations with you going, "Oh, that's sad. Go Lakers."
Yeah, man. Hey, my mother-in-law told me, why does everything have to go back to the Lakers? I'm like, I don't know. Like, football, basketball, they both got air. I guess unless Tom Brady got it. I mean, don't. Maybe I should have said that. My bad, Tim. Chuck like that one. Chuck really like belly shake on that one.
GB, what's up, man?
Nothing but love this week.
He's in the building. Hey, GB met up with us when we linked up to get the food, man. He ordered this big old Cuban sandwich, just like Jeremy with that Philly.
Listen, man.
Man,
in my defense, bro, this man been talking about these wings for like years, and I ain't been there. They've been inviting me to this place, and I ain't never went. So if I'm gonna go there, I mean, I knew I was gonna get the wings, but then she started talking to me about this Philly cheese, and I was like, man, I need a Philly cheese steak, bro. So they brought me that, man. Listen. I went to that bathroom, and I was like, nah, I can't do this right here. I gotta go home, bro. I gotta go home. So if you in the Tampa area, what's the name of it? Hatties, man. Go check them out, bro. That's some good eating, boy.
Oh, look at Martise's comment.
He said, I thought all Pat fans went into witness protection program. You're right.
Hey, I respect that, man. Keep that. That's what you're supposed to do, man.
That's it. So Rick says, in this NFL, everyone's team's defense is inconsistent. KC barely beat Carolina. Not a Buffalo fan, but I wouldn't want to play them at home in the playoffs. Facts. Got you. Martise is a Cowboys fan.
Yeah, he's a Cowboys fan.
Okay. I'm going to my glass house in the white, man. Let me tell you what.
Hey, man, we can go back and get some more wings, man. I can eat some wings right now.
Man. So
it seems like the only team my Giants can win against the winner. Y'all played tough against the Bucs. You didn't get the W, but y'all played tough. You know what I mean? You know how Jameis do. He ain't go there.
Man, I tell you what happened in that game. Giants got the wrong QB.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, gosh.
All right. So what else we got on the agenda, fellas? What's next? Did we cover all the teams in football?
Yeah. So I just got a notification on my phone. It says that the Suns and the Thunder are discussing the three-way trade that's gaining traction that involves Chris Paul going to the Thunder.
Chris Paul going to the Suns.
I meant the Suns. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but I'm pretty sure the Thunder gonna want because the Suns ain't got many draft picks, so I don't know what they would like. I don't know what the details would be, who they would want from there, because they ain't getting Devin Booker. So
probably future picks.
I don't like it.
Yeah,
I don't like it. I want to see Chris Paul in a big market next. You know, he's done his small market tour. We know what he can do. He can take a small market team to the playoffs, to the edge of a conference championship, and he's better off with a championship contender at this point.
Yep.
No, I agree. I think the question is he going to accept like a buyout, so that could make it a little easier for somebody to be willing to trade for him, because I mean the man's gonna be getting paid like $40 million for the next couple of seasons,
which means that wherever he goes, literally is gonna have to be a team that feels like that he's gonna help them win a championship. Like nobody else is gonna fork over that type of money. So the team, with that being said, the list of teams is very limited on who's gonna go out there and try to, get him. So I don't know.
And I know you were talking about him potentially going to the Lakers. I guess my question is, do you think they'll be willing to go into the luxury tax real bad in order to do it?
If LeBron wanted to do it, it seems like LeBron wants it, so I feel like that they're gonna do it. It seems like
they have to get rid of quite a few for him, right?
It depends on how they're also talking about getting other teams involved. You know how it goes. If they get other teams involved, maybe. But I know Kuz out of there, bro. Like Kuz he's out. I think they're gonna get rid of Caldwell Pope also, because it's a lot of teams that really want to. He can get his money, even though he did sign with the same agency as LeBron and AD. He still can get his money somewhere else. So I don't see him coming back for crumbs. Danny Green he's under that contract. They're gonna try to get rid of that because, man, Danny Green, man, he got me so frustrated. And I'm hearing Dwight Howard is if the Lakers don't do right by him with the money and stuff like that, I'm hearing that the Warriors saying that they're gonna do right by him. So he potentially, it's either gonna be the Warriors or Lakers that Dwight Howard's gonna be at. So which either team would be a good fit for him for what he does. I mean, he gets his rebounds, he comes in, he serves his minutes, his purpose. But I don't know, man. It's gonna be a lot of stuff going on in the NBA, bro. So
let me ask you,
boy.
Let me ask you this as a Laker fan: if you get rid of Kuzma and you get rid of KCP, no, smooth. Why? Okay. Why Serge Ibaka? But let me finish my question. If you get rid of Kuzma and KCP and Dwight Howard, does that mean that you automatically move Jared Dudley up in the lineup?
Oh no.
Why, bro? Why, dude, I thought you should have gonna be so serious. Why you have to do that to me, man? Hey, I sent the letter to the NBA front office and said that they need to take his ring away. Don't even give him a ring and give him a medal. He needs a medal. He don't need a ring in a girdle. He needs a medal and a girdle.
Hey, how serious was I when I asked that question?
when you said that, I was like, "Oh, he's joking about this."
Oh no! So, hey, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this Russell Westbrook thing. So for everybody that's on the chat or whatever, right now it seems like the Thunder and the Knicks. I mean, not Thunder. The Clippers and the Knicks are interested in Russell Westbrook. So they're all trying to get some packages together to try to figure out how to get him from the Rockets. So, question to you guys. Would it be a better fit with the Clippers or the Knicks for my first question? Better fit for the Clippers or the Knicks?
So let me just say this real quick. What this really is saying to me, before I answer your question, what this is really saying is that they're going to part ways with Harden and Westbrook. Harden to the 76ers. Everybody's favorite Wyatt should be excited about that. And
that ain't gonna help them.
and Russ, and I'll say to the Clippers. I think the Clippers. Now, the reason why I say that is because I don't think at this point that Russ is interested in just, trying to rebuild a team. He'd have to rebuild the Knicks. I don't know. I'm not going to say that his time for that is over. I don't believe that. But I think he just would be a better fit with the Clippers. with that new set of coaching and leadership, assistant coaches that are out there. So you got it's Ty Lue, Chauncey Billups, and I think I'm missing somebody else that they just recently announced going to be out there with the Clippers. And for anybody that's out there that believes that the Clippers organization is cursed, if this happens with this new leadership, they will beat the Lakers, but they won't beat the Warriors. Chuck.
Okay. I would say, as far as for him, what he would want, I probably would say the Clippers, because one, Clippers are a playoff team, and two, LA's his home, so they'll be able to go back to LA. For who I think would want him the most, I would say New York, because they're in desperate need of a star player, and if he goes to New York, it's going to be Russ's world. Everything will be favoring him, as opposed to going to the Clippers, where it's going to be all about Kawhi, and he's going to have to find a way to fit in with them. But I guess it just depends on what for the Rockets. I guess it just depends on what's being offered to them. I wouldn't just give them up for peanuts. Like, at least get a decent player and maybe a draft pick or two for them. If not, maybe get a good role player or two and more draft picks. But that's my thought.
I'm gonna say, for him personally, I can see why he would want to go play with the Clippers. I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
For him on the court, I'm gonna say the Knicks. I don't see Russell Westbrook, even with the leadership the lack of leadership that's on the court that the Clippers have. They still ain't got that player that leads on that team. So you're gonna throw Russ out here. Yes, you have a solid coaching staff. The coaching staff they had this year wasn't bad that the Clippers had, and they couldn't even figure it out. But not knocking what the new one that they got. But all I'm saying is I don't see Russ. The way Russ plays and the player that we know Russ is, I don't see that working with the Clippers team that they have. Kawhi and Paul George is not going to work. Like, it's going to be, in my opinion, I think it's going to be a disaster. But that's just me. I do think with the Knicks, he can go there. Ball can be in his hand. He can run the offense. He can be Showtime, big city, big market. Maybe they can get some pieces there later on down the line with them. I feel like for him, that'll be a better fit. Yes, he'll make the playoffs, probably make some ruckus, but the Clippers are actually cursed. They're actually cursed. So no matter what, something will happen and they won't make it. They won't make it out of the playoffs into the finals. It just I don't know what it is about
Jeremy, if Russ goes to the Knicks, don't you believe that's just really a waste of a few of his prime or post-prime years? You know what I mean?
Honestly, I'm not, and this is, listen, I'm not knocking Russ. I don't see a team out there he can help win a championship. Just his style of basketball. He's a hell of a basketball player, bro. But I just feel like he's that Chris Webber. That's probably the best player I can think of that he's gonna get his points and stuff like that. But it's just something about him on a team where when it counts the most and just his style of play, he don't know how to turn it off and play smart and do the right thing. It always causes an issue with the team. And the way Kawhi is passive and stuff like that, I feel like going to the Knicks, at least if he makes a little bit of noise with the Knicks, then it make him look a little bit better. Everybody be praising Russ, opposed to going to the Clippers, more pressure on it, and then when things hit head soft, it's going to be his fault again because he's not delegating the ball when he should, and he's taking dumb shots at the end of the game and stuff like that. I just feel like when Russ goes to a team that has great players, he's always the main focus of blame. Like, that's all they use him for, is somebody to blame. It's always him. But they will not beat the Lakers, that's for sure. The Warriors ain't even.
Yeah, they are. Marty says, if y'all see Russ leaving, the other question is, do you see Harden going to Philly since Morey wants him? So yeah, Martise, I mean, I kind of said that when I started talking. The talk about Russ leaving leads me to believe that the writing is on the wall for Harden to leave. I don't see a situation, honestly, where the new coach in Steven Silas, uh, Coach Silas's son, would want to disband the two without just starting all the way over. I don't see it. It could happen, but I just don't see it.
So do you really think? So if James Harden, and then we'll get back to Russ because I want to talk about what pieces they would send to each place. So if James Harden goes to the 76ers, like, do you think that they're gonna keep Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, or what would go and what would be the best fit? Like, how would that work? Because just looking at the team, I just feel like if he goes there, it's gonna be the same thing like it is in Houston. I mean, you got. I don't know. I don't see him working well with this team.
If I were Houston, I'm sorry. I was gonna say if I were Houston, I would want Joel Embiid more than I would Ben Simmons. It's has been shown right now in today's game. It's really hard to find a pretty good big man.
Mm-hmm.
So I would demand that first and foremost, and then after that, I would add in there, throw me like at least a first round pick, because Joel Embiid's good, but he's not at the level Harden's at, in my opinion. Harden's going to give you like 30 plus points a game. He rarely misses games, and Embiid can be a little injury prone. So I want that little sweetener if I were the Rockets. Simmons, yeah, I just wouldn't want him because he's got to prove that he can make shots before I would commit to him. But that's just me.
Charles, what's up, man?
What's up, Charles? Hey, man. Hey, bro, I appreciate you commenting on all my videos, showing love all the time. That's what's up, man. I appreciate the support.
So I don't know a particular scenario where they'd be able to acquire Harden and keep both Simmons and Embiid. I don't know about all the draft picks that they have available and all that kind of thing. I don't know about all that, but I will say I don't think Harden goes without Embiid being there. So if that's giving up Ben, that's giving up Ben and some draft picks and maybe a couple players. I don't know, but I don't see a scenario where Harden is in Philly with Ben Simmons. That doesn't do anything. So to me, it's either got to be Harden and Embiid, or it's Harden and both of them. That's possible too. And then they try to make it less of a get up as many 3-pointers as you can, and more of let's depend on Harden for penetrating and for shooting threes, and then dumping it down to mid-level, which would be Simmons, and low level, so right at the basket for Embiid.
I would say this: if we weren't able to get Embiid, I would rather want Horford over Simmons. Give me Horford and a ton of draft picks. And but that's me. I'm just not a big fan of Ben Simmons.
I don't blame you for not being that. So Chuck, being that you are a Houston fan from the Clippers, what would you want if you give up Russ? Like, what would you want them to give you for Russ?
If for the Clippers,
yeah,
I would be okay with Paul George, but again, I would want draft picks along with that. Because again, Paul George has shown that he's not he's not a superstar player. He's like right around low end star.
Low end. That nigga a budget star.
Yeah, because it's like I don't know what's with him, man. It's like regular season looks good, but then playoffs he folds. And with Westbrook, he can shoot, he can rebound, he can assist, play D. For the most part, so to me, it's like he's more valuable. So that's why I say, at the very least, I would want him and draft picks. And if not, because it just seems like some of the other players on the Clippers are getting ready to be free agents that I would have liked also, but I instantly think about him. But that's just me. What do you think, Tim?
What would I want? It's a good question. I mean,
hey, why you thinking? Let me answer it.
Okay.
So let me ask this question first. The Clippers, do they still have Harold? They still have him, right?
I think he's getting ready to be a free agent.
Contract up.
Contract's up.
Okay, well, never mind. I would say I definitely want him because, like, they need somebody out there that can be a beast in that middle in Houston. Like, they need that. They shouldn't have gave away Clint Capella, bro. Like, I'm still like,
yeah, I just
that just like, dude, Tim, that'll be like me giving away DeJuan and taking Willie, like to go small ball. Like I can't. Like Chuck, you remember I text you like, dude, what the is going on, bro? But so I mean, I could see Paul George, like you said, but I don't know so much if the Rockets so much need a Paul George type player, let alone just a couple of the pieces that they got that can score the basketball and play consistent defense and give that energy on their team. And then they can work around, if James Harden stay there, they can work around Harden. He can be the focal part of their team. They just give him a big man. They give him some dogs around him. I think they'll be fine. I feel like Paul George, it's only certain players in the NBA that can be those duos. And if they're gonna keep James Harden and Paul George together, I don't see that, bro. I don't see that.
But see, I look at it like, Mr. Lemon Pepper Wangs himself.
Yes, need that shirt in my life. If anybody out there got a link to the Lemon Pepper Lou shirt, send it to me.
Hey, we talking about the potential Russell Westbrook going to the Clippers or the Knicks right now.
Well, if he goes to the Knicks, it ain't gonna help. So he might as well go to the. How would I take that back? He should go to the Knicks. I'm gonna say he goes to the Knicks because I know they're trying to get Melo down there too.
Yeah,
are they really?
Yeah, they talking about getting Melo back down in NY. So that might be a look. But I mean, if you go to the Clippers, that's just gonna be more chaos than it's already there.
Yep,
that's true.
Hey,
I just feel like
Tim said automatically beat the Lakers.
Huh?
I said Tim said they automatically beat the Lakers if Russ go there.
Man,
the Clippers.
Please.
Yeah.
The Clippers done, man. The Clippers done.
They cursed.
No, they're not. What are you talking
Yes, they are.
about? They would have beat the Lakers this year had they gotten there.
In a regular season.
In the bubble.
Hey, nobody was beating the Lakers in that bubble.
They couldn't even beat Denver in the bubble. They couldn't even beat Denver in the bubble. So they would go beat the Lakers.
They was gonna beat the Lakers, man. They would have got up for that series. They didn't get up for the Nuggets.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do to get to that bag. They weren't trying to get there.
You're right. You're right about that.
They almost got beat by Dallas too.
Yeah, if they wouldn't not Porzingis. What's his name?
Porzingis would have got hurt.
Porzingis.
Porzingis.
Yeah, that was They shouldn't have won that series, but
So let me ask y'all about this. I just seen something come across my screen. Let me get back to it real quick.
okay.
Oh my God, where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay. So the draft is on November 18th. I think we said once before we're doing something special on the
Yep.
live that night. So make sure y'all tune in.
Is it official or is it still
It's
kind of
official. It's
Okay.
official. November 18th is the draft. We are gonna have all of the lemon pepper Lou wings. We're gonna have buffalo hot wings, all kind of stuff. French fries, tater tots, whatever you want.
Philly cheesesteak.
Philly cheesesteaks and Cuban sandwiches.
Man.
Hey,
Hey,
let me
hey,
have a loot
Greg.
shirt.
Hey, Greg, he gonna act like we weren't gonna come up there and eat. Man, he had us waiting for like an hour, bro. We could have ate
Come
twice.
on.
Man, listen, I told Jeremy, anyway, we'll go back to that later.
And I have to pay 75 cents for parking.
All right. Listen, the season is set to start December 22nd. What are y'all thoughts about it starting, really a month from now?
Man, it's the money. That's the only reason they starting early. Is the money they already claiming they losing billions of dollars by only doing 72 games. So
But are we gonna get a quality product starting so quickly, or would you say that the first month and a half is gonna be hogwash because they really should have waited until MLK Day to really start?
It's gonna be a mixture.
Yep.
And the reason I say that is those games that are potentially prime time games, that's probably really when you're going to see the stars come out. So like if the Lakers, when they play Golden State or when they play the Clippers, or I can't even think of another team in the West that draw a crowd like that. But anyway, when you see games like that, or the Celtics in Toronto or where have you, you'll get the stars to come out. But if it's like the Lakers versus the Pelicans, well, the Pelicans, you probably get it because I can't even think of the human,
Zion.
the non-human animal over there. But yeah, I mean, if you get Lakers and garbage team, you might not get too much draw. You might see LeBron maybe 10 minutes, 15, or any other stars that play on any other team. If you're not getting a good matchup.
Hey, listen, we got Zion in the building tonight checking us out. What's up, bro?
What's up, man?
Hey, thank you for checking out the live, man. We just talking about you, so hopefully, we'll see you versus the Lakers prime time.
Hey, so I think I agree it's gonna be a mixture. Kind of what Martise was saying about LeBron ain't happy they're starting. The thing is that I think LeBron went to spend a little bit more time home with his family and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I don't think he made the comment that he's not gonna go hard anyway until the first of the year. So it really doesn't matter. He'll play those prime games and he'll probably play a few minutes. But I think it's gonna be a mixture because all the teams that were in the bubble that actually played, they didn't have that long of a layoff. So the conditioning and stuff like that would be good. It's gonna be those teams and those players that weren't in the bubble that's gonna be trying to come back and play, that they're gonna look kind of trash. But like I said, it's 72 games, so they'll have enough time. I don't think it's gonna impact much seeding. Regardless, we based on trades, we're gonna know those teams to watch out for, and those are gonna be the teams that we're gonna be checking for. But some of these teams like Memphis, I do want to see Memphis. I do want to see what's his name that plays for Memphis, young cat,
John Morant.
I do want to see him in his sophomore season because it's something about that dude, man. Hey, Tim, you remember we were talking about him talking noise to the Warriors, and they was like, "Oh, he shouldn't be doing that," and I'm like, they was like, "Oh, he ain't earned the stripes yet." I'm like, dude, I respect that, bro. Like, talk that, man.
Yeah, like he was doing James Harden.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Talk
him
that.
too.
But I mean, we all know James Harden gonna give him buckets, but just at the end of the day,
of course. I mean, he know that too, but that don't mean he can't. What I mean, I'd rather get buckets on me and say something and do my thing, opposed to get buckets on me and not say nothing and don't do nothing. Like it just, I mean, it's pick your poison with them. James Harden gonna travel on you and get a bucket. It's cool. Like it's all right. I mean,
yeah, I ain't never seen nobody take 8 steps to the side and shoot a jumper.
man, dude, that man
That's that new NBA move, man.
Dude, and the fact that he in real life, like real time, you can't tell, man. It's not until you see the replay. When it happens, you be like, hold on, how the heck did he get over there? He stopped his dribble and he moved from here and he picked up his dribble. But then, like once you watch the replay, you be like, hell no, boy. Hey, I tried it out. I tried it on Tuesday a couple nights. As soon as I done it, travel. I'm like, hold on. I'm like,
They do it in the NBA, you can do it in your own court. It ain't a travel. That's just like when they brought the Euro step to the league. To this day, that Euro step was a travel.
Yep.
It's a basketball move, the NBA move.
Man, it's not a travel. A real Euro step is not a travel.
Well, they don't do real ones in the NBA, so. And LeBron,
Luka does it. Luka does a real one.
Every inbound pass LeBron take, he travels.
He travel. Hey, so does Russ.
Wait, every inbound. We'll say that again.
Every like if you inbound the ball and you pass it to LeBron, he travels before he dribbles.
Yeah, he'll catch it. He'll step, let go of the ball, probably rub his jersey, and then he'll touch the ball again and dribble.
Yeah, keep on going. He do it every time.
I didn't notice it until he started playing for the Lakers, and I'm like, dang, he traveled.
That's an NBA move. That's an NBA move, man.
I'm like, man. That's why LeBron be on Shaq and the Fool all the time for that stupid travel, man.
So you got used to it.
So let's talk real quick about college football.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, we've had some games happen. We've had a lot of games where teams are suspending football operations. You know, for a couple of weeks. That happened to the Gators. You've got teams that are now postponed. They're canceled. Some games are being canceled. Some are being postponed. But in the end, and it kind of goes back to something I just asked about with basketball, is what are we really getting from a college football product this year? You know, are we going to see is this an asterisk, national championship for somebody because you've got, Big Ten that just started playing. You've got a key player like a Trevor Lawrence who's out for 2 games. Yeah, they won one, they lost the other, albeit in double overtime. Great game to watch, by the way. But what are we getting? Like LSU, Alabama has been. I don't know if it was postponed or if it was canceled, but one of the two. Here, let me pull it.
I think they're debating whether it should be canceled.
Yeah, I mean, because it's all obviously this is because of COVID, but what do we think about college football? Should we
honestly
should we continue to watch in hopes of actually having a true champion, or is it just something to watch right now?
Honestly, I think at the end of the day, you're still going to know who are essentially the top 2 or 3 teams that are going to be playing. Like it's going to be Alabama. Clemson is probably going to still squeak in within like a number 2, number 3 seed somewhere or another because they'll probably end up winning the ACC. And I think that's what it's going to boil down to is like who ends up winning in these big the Power 5 conferences. So I still say Alabama, Clemson. I say Ohio State. I think they're going to go undefeated. That's 3. And the 4th one, I don't know. It could be a toss-up between somebody.
Well, actually, it's a pro and a con to the season. The con is the real teams that technically be there year in and year out probably are not going to be there because everybody's getting, catching COVID. Now, for instance, if Trevor Lawrence was playing, there's no way Clemson lose that game to Notre Dame. That's just my opinion. That's a bad boy.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is Notre Dame and Clemson may have to play again for the ACC championship, unless Miami does something heroic and take one of the spots. So that's go automatically open up a fourth spot. But then it's going to be it's a con because like the Big 12, the Big 10, the Pac-12, you don't know who's coming out of there because some of them haven't even played 3 games yet.
Mm-hmm.
So if that continues all season, I'm not sure how they go about judging who gets that spot. And then the pros of it is the team, if that does happen, the teams you're not normally looking to see get into the playoffs, like Miami or maybe even one of the teams out west, they might be able to sneak in. You know, that's bit. So that's what I'm saying. They got a pro and a con to it. But right now, I mean, it's a way of life, man. Sports is not stopping anymore because there's too much money to be lost. So you're gonna pretty much have to play with whatever product you can put on the field. I mean, look how bad that game was last week between Green Bay and San Francisco. San Francisco had to put what they had on the field. So I mean, that's going to end up being college. That could possibly end up being the NBA, which you might see some of the players from the G League might even get bumped up because of that. You never know. But with this COVID and not knowing where it's going to go, right now it's just a way of life.
I also don't feel as bad for college as I do the NFL because in college you have like 100 players on a team, and then NFL you're stuck with your 53-man roster and maybe about 8 to 10 practice squad players. So I just feel like college-wise they have the depth. NFL's going to struggle more. That's just me.
I mean, they'll struggle more because you need players, but I mean, at the same time, certain college players I kind of feel bad for. Like, you know, players like Trevor Lawrence. He's running that mindset now. Like, should I play or should I continue just to get healthy so I can get drafted? You know, there's a lot of players who are in that situation. You mean, you know, because you got a lot of top players that probably only seen the field maybe 1 or 2 or 3 games. Does it hurt? You know, are they projected to be a first round? But now you're going down to second or third because we haven't seen enough of you on the field. So I'm saying there's a lot of pros and cons when you look at it. It kind of hurts everybody all around the board. I mean, even the high school players that's trying to go to college who want to live out their dreams regardless of what sport they're playing. I mean, kind of what do you do now? You know what I mean?
That's true.
Y'all waiting on me to answer it?
I mean, I could talk for days on it, but you know, I don't want to steal nobody's
Come on,
shine.
Jeremy.
Man, I don't watch it to begin with, so it really don't matter. It really don't matter to me. I'm just not a college football fan. Like, I mean, I watch it whenever we get to the college football championship because it's a big time, you know that. But besides that, that's it, man. I never really rock with it, man. So
I just feel like it's just entertainment at this point. With all the cancellations, with some of the conferences that have come in late, have less than 3 games on the season thus far. To me, it's just something to watch, and it doesn't mean what it's meant every other year. So,
I mean, that's fair. I mean, that's pretty much. A lot of people may look at all sports that way. You know what I mean? It's like you look at the World Series. You know, if they would have played 162 games, what the teams that were in the playoffs, would they even be there? Or even the NBA season, you know, how that would have played out if they were going back and forth to each other, you know, stadiums. So, I mean, it's going to be like that. I mean, that's just how the football season go. I mean, even think about it, the Super Bowl, what they say here in Tampa, they only let, 13,000 fans in the stadium?
yep.
I mean, what the events going to look like around the Super Bowl? You see what I'm saying? It's going to be so much money lost around the Super Bowl, it is not even going to feel like a Super Bowl. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
some type of miraculous antidote now that we got a new president or something. Outside of that, I mean, like me personally, I live here in Tampa with a Super Bowl. I was looking forward just to go into the festivities. I wasn't going to the game because I refuse to pay $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 to watch a game I can watch on TV for free.
Facts.
But we were gonna get them lemon pepper wings when all the things was in town.
Oh yeah, no, I wasn't. Y'all
Lou gonna be here. Lemon pepper Lou gonna be here.
Hey, I wouldn't. Hey, so everybody that's watching, man, y'all make sure y'all check out. I've been dropping a lot of videos, man, pumping out a lot of stuff. I just dropped one on the Air Jordan 5 Weathers in the Jordan 1 Midnight Navy, so check that out. We will be doing a live a little bit before the NBA draft. We'll bring your wings and all that stuff. If you vegan, vegetarian, bring your cauliflower, whatever it is that you eat, your beans, rice. I don't know what y'all eat. But yeah, man, we'll be kind of just talking through who's gonna pick who up, and then as they pick up some of the first rounders, we'll kind of talk through that and how they're gonna impact the team. Maybe they're gonna switch them, trade them, or whatever situation may be. But man, we ain't got much else to talk about tonight. I'm tired anyway, so I think we're gonna head off here, man. If unless somebody else got something.
Nah, I'm good, man.
Hey Chuck, we banning that hat on this live. What that mean? Hey Tim, take care of that. Take care of that. Take care of him. Go ahead and remove him for me, sir. Go ahead, Tim. Take care of him.
Nah, I ain't gonna do that to my boy Chuck.
Tim was like, I'm just playing. All right, y'all. So we'll see y'all again. I don't know if it's gonna be Monday, Tuesday. It's based on the weeks. Sorry, wish we could be a little bit more consistent, but we all got wives, kids, lives, and everything, baby. So, and that kind of rhymed, didn't it? Hey, what's up?
Yeah. Watch TV.
He will be here in Florida. Hey, whenever he comes down, I might have to holler at y'all so we can go to the little sneaker boutique down here. We probably can go check it out. I went there the other day. It's at Brandon Mall. It's actually a dope boutique. Fly Fred's. They got a lot of exclusive stuff there. So
did you do a video on that?
Yeah. Me and my daughter went. Man, my daughter had a good time. They got a basketball goal in there and everything. Like it's dope. That's how they do their raffles. Is if you make a basket, you enter into the raffle for the sneakers that whenever they drop. So dope concept. They kind of took my idea. All right, Smooth. Hey, I appreciate you pulling up, man. Be safe in the Bronx. Boogie down. Hey, I was on my diplomat stuff the other day, man. I kept listening to Cameron and all that stuff, man. Joel Santana, boy. My daughter was like, "This is terrible." Like, so then I started letting her listen to screw music, and she's like, I said, "Boy, why you think like that?" She was like, "This sounds terrible." I'm like, man,
she want to hang out with us as kids.
Man, what screw music was that thing? All right, man. I'll check all night. Hey, we're gonna holler at y'all next week. We see y'all next week. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Hey, check us out. Race to 4K. Let's get that. We out of here, man.